Welcome back to the Fuck My Work Life podcast.
Hey everybody, I'm Kay.
And I'm Jay.
And this is the podcast where we read your workplace stories back to you.
And riff.
That's right.
That's right.
Jay has finally come around to...
I knew it was riff all the time. I just didn't want to give in to you telling me it was riff when I wanted to call it riff.
Because you are a classic stubborn Leo.
Okay, well, whatever.
It's true. Man, I can smell our dog's breath right now, and it's real bad.
Yeah.
And she's like 5 feet away from me.
Yeah, she goes through phases.
Yeah.
I mean, not like her breath never smells, but it's either manure or fish.
Yeah.
Dead fish.
And I will just like to say, we have taken her to the vet. We have tried everything, and she's just rotten on the inside and just oozes stink.
You know, she's rotten on this inside, but she is the sweetest dog ever. All she wants to do is snuggle and sleep.
She does like to do that. She's old.
She is old.
She's an old girl.
Yeah.
But anyway, that was a nice little break. Yeah. This is Fuck My Work Life podcast, episode 11.
Episode 11.
And we're discussing job interviews.
Yeah, that'll be a good one.
Yeah, I feel like most people in the workforce have gone on job interviews.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would hope so.
I'm sure there's some instances where you just get pushed into a job.
Grandfathered into a place, yeah.
Yeah. A little nepotism happening.
But I doubt those people listen to podcasts or this podcast.
They're too busy counting their money.
Fuckers.
I want money to count.
Let that hate out of your heart.
Okay.
Fuck them people. Why they gotta have nice cars?
That was oh, I get it. Never mind. I'm a little slow today. It's been a long week of working.
Yeah.
Everything hurts.
I'm not hurting, but this week was rough. Like, work was rough this week.
It just seemed really long and tedious.
Yeah. Yeah, and everything, all of the work that I had was shit work. It was all shit work. It wasn't, the worst part was it wasn't so bad at the beginning of the week. It was okay. But as the week winds down, that's when you want the easy shit to come. Yeah. You want to glide through Thursday and Friday. And I was not able to glide through Thursday and Friday. I had to fucking fight my way through mud.
Yeah.
Thursday and Friday.
I think everyone, and we've talked about this on a past podcast past episode, that we've been working a lot of OT, and I think everyone's kind of reaching that point of just, they're hitting that wall. Okay, I've given like so much, and I don't have much else to give, and I think everybody's kind of hitting that. I had one of those days today too. I thought my work bestie was out today, so I thought I would be much more productive. Just put my headphones in and work, and I checked my productivity at the end of the day, and it was still so bad. Yeah. It's just tiring.
Yeah, but we got a 3-day weekend next weekend.
I know. I'm so excited.
And then I'm
taking a 3-day weekend the weekend after that.
Yep. And I'm taking a 4-day weekend the weekend after that. So that's a 3-day work week.
I know.
So that is going to be nice.
Yeah.
So what do we got on the docket today?
Well, first, before we get into the job interviews, it's Friday evening that we're recording.
And we drink because we work.
That's right. We drink because we work. Jay, tell us what you're drinking.
Well, if you could not guess, I am drinking Moscow Mules.
Yeah, no Coors for you tonight.
You judgmental sons of bitches.
I posted a picture of a Coors Light, and someone was like, I don't know about your choice of beer. And I was like, man, come on. Don't hate on the Coors.
You know,
I will defend it to the end.
I think people hate on the Coors and the Bud Light and stuff like that just because there's so much craft brew out there, and people are like, oh, IPAs. And it's you know, not that they wouldn't drink Coors Light, because what the fuck did they drink before?
Before craft beer was a big thing.
Brewing was a big thing. I bet they drank Bud Light and Miller or fucking, what is it? MGD, yeah.
I don't like Bud Light. It tastes completely different to me than Coors Light. So where we live, IPAs, and this might be everywhere, I don't know. I can only judge by where we live, but huge mecca for craft beers where brewery after brewery after brewery.
We are, where we live, we are the mecca of craft brewing.
And the majority of those craft breweries, like all of their beers are IPAs. But before the pandemic hit, there seemed to be a trend. Well, I wouldn't say a trend, but a lot of the breweries around here started doing basically their versions of Coors Light, offering like these light lagers. And I was so for that.
Yeah.
So hopefully those breweries start well, I think they've been pretty much open, but I feel like now I'm actually going to feel comfortable going to them and getting a beer because we're fully vaccinated and I don't know, I'm kind of over being terrified of getting sick. So
yeah, I'm definitely over it.
So, okay, so you're drinking a Moscow Mule.
I'm drinking a Moscow Mule.
I'm drinking Golden Road Mango Cart. I was just about to get the can because I don't know the alcohol percentage and I'm not sure. Is it a Hefeweizen?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. It's Golden Road.
Get the can.
Golden Road Mango Cart. It is a mango wheat ale. That's pretty good. I've had this one before. I like Golden Road. It's tasty. It's mango-y. It's getting the job done.
It's tasty. It's mango-y.
I'm really articulate when it comes to my beer reviews. I'm trying to look for the alcohol percentage. 4%. That's pretty low. That's lower than a really Coors.
Low. Yeah, Coors is 4.2.
I can drink the entire 6-pack and probably still get really drunk.
Yes, you can.
I am a lightweight. So if you want to share what you're drinking to get you through the work week, use the hashtag #WeDrinkBecauseWeWork on the social media platforms, and we'll all share together.
We've got a Twitter, an Instagram, Facebook, a dog who twinkle toes around the wood floors everywhere he goes and never sits still.
There's just, sorry guys, we podcast from home. You're going to hear these things.
I mean,
it drives me crazy because like we've stated before, I'm a perfectionist. But if you put him in his bed, he whines. If you let him out, he twinkle toes all around on our hardwood floors.
And the funny thing is like we pushed and pushed and pushed for our neighborhood to give us new floors. And then once we pushed for it, it's just...
Yeah. I mean, I suppose we can just set up our podcasting equipment in a dark closet upstairs and just podcast from there. It'd probably sound great.
Probably.
You just hear like the screaming children next door through the walls. But
and outside.
But what can you do?
What can you do?
You're going to hear my dog tap dancing through this episode.
You're not going to have a problem with it, but Kay is.
That's right. The life of an animal owner.
Yeah, we love them.
We are going to talk about job interviews today.
Yes, job interviews.
Have you ever had a strange job interview?
Me?
Yeah.
I've never had a strange job interview. No. I can't think of a job interview that was... The strangest for me was where we work now because I've never been in that kind of format before.
Yeah.
Where it's like, come in, interview, come back in,
do like the hands-on test,
test, and then come back in again and interview. I think, right? Or is it just twice?
I think it's just twice.
Yeah, it's just twice. Yeah, so like come in, interview, and then come in and test.
Yeah, do that.
You know, that was the weirdest. You know, but
it's not weird. I mean, like in the workforce, it was weird to you. So I'm trying to think. Interviews terrify me. Probably not so much now. I feel like I've come out of my shell a lot in the past few years. The job that I am doing now kind of required that, and it kind of pushed me out of my shell. But before, just even in social situations, having a one-on-one conversation with someone that I don't really know, I would just stress over it and get anxiety about, I don't know what to say, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And so interviews were just terrifying for me, especially because we've also talked about my memory issues. And when they ask you to tell me about a time you did this really specific thing, and you're just like, I don't know. I don't remember what I did yesterday. You know?
Yeah. I think maybe when I was younger, I don't remember ever really being nervous during a job interview.
God, you're so lucky. The last position that I interviewed for, I had to do a panel interview. So it was me and 4 of the higher ups just shooting these very specific questions at me. And I guess I answered well. I don't even remember what I said. But then the second part of the interview was creating a presentation and having to train a bunch of higher ups in the company how to do a certain thing. So
yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you had to pick something that you knew how to do and make a presentation about it and then train these people like they didn't know how to do it. And oh, that was a cluster. I, being the idiot that I am, thought, oh, well, I mean, the only thing I really know how to do that I could relate this to is crochet. Yeah, sure. It'll be easy to teach 8 fucking people how to crochet in the span of half an hour.
Yeah.
But I was just, at that point, I was just laughing because what else can you do? And
yeah.
I got the position, so I guess it worked out well. But it was just funny.
That was an in-house interview, so you had already worked there for a couple years, knowing the people that you were interviewing with.
Yeah, but it was just funny. Because,
yeah.
I thought, like, oh, yeah, this will be easy. I should have just done, like, here's how to fold a, like, paper dove or something. Yeah. Like, no, let's fucking crochet.
Hell yeah.
And then I'm trying to think. I had another strange interview. So my last year that I lived in LA, I was doing a bunch of freelance work because the corporate job that I had, I got laid off because the company was acquired. And so I was just trying to find, like, in the meantime, I was applying for actual jobs, but like, nobody was hiring. So I was just trying to get freelance work through friends and friends of friends. And I ended up working for this actress, helping her with some endeavor that she had. It must have been through her. She set me up with this producer, and he needed some, like, admin work or something. And so I go to meet this guy at a Starbucks, and he was just super awkward. Like, such an awkward, no social skills whatsoever. Like, I don't know how this guy was a producer, but...
Was it the guy who's in jail now?
No.
No?
No.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's...
I'm not gonna drop names. This guy, like, I looked him up, and there was one movie that I knew of that he was a producer on, but he's not a name that you would recognize if you said it, if you weren't like in the industry, but which I wasn't.
Yeah. But
this just had, like, I was trying to get money anywhere I can. So I met him at Starbucks, and we sat down, and it was so weird. He didn't really ask me anything about my qualifications or my experience. He was just basically like, I have a bunch of stuff in my house that I need to store. So can you find a place to store it for me? And I'll pay you this amount of money and you can just check in with me occasionally. It's like, I guess. But the task, I think I ended up working for this guy for like 3 weeks. And at the end, he was just like, let's not do this anymore, because the task, he had all of this like expensive art and statues that he wanted basically an airplane hangar to store it in, but it wanted like massive security and only wanted to pay this certain amount of money. And it was just, it was an impossible task.
Yeah. He thought his dick was way bigger than what it actually was.
So I was real happy when that ended, because I'm like, I don't even want this guy to be paying me to like look for this stupid shit that doesn't exist. And anyway, that interview was strange. Have you ever had a good interview?
That job sounded strange.
Yeah, well, freelance work is really strange.
I thought you were going to be like, I interviewed with a producer and he was like, your lips aren't that pouty. Do you have braces? Because this isn't going to work out.
Ew. Ew.
I don't know. All I see, I mean...
Not all producers. I mean, he was weird and awkward, but not in that way. I feel like all of my interviews have been pretty much standard, like the stupid fucking standard questions of, what's your biggest weakness? Like, how the fuck do you answer that question?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I'm fucking lazy. Is that going to hurt my chances at this job?
I already don't like you.
Yeah.
That's my biggest weakness.
My biggest weakness is I don't want to fucking work ever, but I have to pay the bills. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's my biggest weakness. Bills.
They have to know. Unless they get an answer like that, it's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a little too efficient, so sometimes I get work done faster than needs to be done. Like, like, fuck off.
What's my biggest weakness? I'm too honest.
Yeah. I'm too loyal to my job.
Which honestly is probably one of my biggest weaknesses.
Yeah, that's...
Because I'm a little too honest to the point where I'm like, dude, you're fucking stupid.
You gotta reel that in a little bit. You got to play the game at work. I'm kind of going the opposite way. Like this past year has just given all my shits away, and I have zero fucks left to give. Yeah. And so I will say anything. Yeah. Like sometimes my friend looks at me and shit. I say to my supervisor, just like, did you just say that? And I don't fucking care. Like, you know, I don't think I'm going to lose my job unless I, you know, murder someone or honestly, like piss on the desk.
Exactly.
But, like,
where we work, you're not going to lose your job unless I smack my dick off someone's forehead when they're not looking, which is really hard to do, or like punch someone in the fucking mouth. But there's also people we work with, one in particular, who has like gotten in people's faces because they don't get their way. Yeah. And is yelling at people.
And he's worked there for years and years.
And they're still there.
Yep. Yeah, it's crazy. One of the best interviews I had, though, was, again, it was my last year in LA when I was trying desperately to stay there and find a job. I forget what. It was some sort of entertainment promotional company, something like that.
Or like an advertising agency.
Yeah, it was something along those lines. And I went in to meet with the CEO because they were looking for an assistant. And I just sat down and we just started shooting the shit. None of these stupid interview questions. Like, he had my resume, so he knows my work history. But it was just getting to know each other. Like, are we going to work together well? Is our personalities going to mesh? And I feel like every interview should be like that, because the forced, like, I'm going to look up interview questions on the internet and ask these on my interview. Those things are so forced and stiff, and all you get is BS during those things. Like, that's all you get from the candidate. And I don't know. I think it's stupid.
I think where we work now was probably the first interview. I interviewed with someone who is no longer with us, and his questions were so, like, the way he presented the job to me and the way he presented what they're looking for in people made me feel so comfortable. Yeah. You know, it wasn't like, well, what would you think? And he did ask some bullshit questions like, describe a situation where you felt like you would be blah, 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 and you did blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And he did ask those, but the way he asked them, I could tell that he knew they were bullshit, and he knew that I knew they were bullshit.
Like, everybody who asks those have to know they're bullshit.
Yeah, and so if I gave him a bullshit answer, you know, as long as I didn't go, you know, and I don't, I do have the gift of the gab, so I can talk. Yeah. You know, I can just rattle shit off. And I did that, and he was fine. But the best part about that interview was when he told me, you know, this place is like a family, and we want the people who come in to feel like they're part of a family, which I now know is complete bullshit.
I would just like to say that I've worked at this company twice, with a big gap in between both times. The first time I worked there, it was definitely more true than it is now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So they've quadrupled in size and became much more corporate, and that kills that whole family feeling.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, honestly, when I first started working there, it wasn't like a super corporate place. It wasn't until like 3 years later that it went super corporate, but
it happens.
Yeah.
It's a job.
Yeah, it's a job.
Whatever. Pays the bills.
Yep.
So, I found an article online from Inc.com written by Adam Vaccaro? Yes. I don't know how to say that. Vaccaro. And it's like 25 really weird interview questions that have actually been asked. So we're going to go through those. It has the actual question, the company that asked it, and the position they were applying for. And these are like so fucking random.
They're very random.
So you want to read the first one?
Yeah, I'll read the first one. If you could throw a parade of any caliber through the Zappos office, what type of parade would it be? The Zappos family, customer loyalty team member.
So basically like customer service.
So the Zappos family is the company, and a customer loyalty team member.
So that's shoes, position. Right? It's like an online shoe sales person.
No fucking
idea. Zappos.
Yeah.
So Zappos is online shoes. customer loyalty, I'm guessing, is just like customer service representative.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck kind of question is that? I would do a shoe parade.
Well, we spoke about this already. I would call either the animal shelter or the cat cafe, and I would have them parade around kittens and puppies and maybe squirrels if they have them.
You and your squirrels.
Fucking love squirrels. And,
I want a raccoon.
And then at the end of the parade, I would have a silent auction, and we would auction off those animals to be adopted, and all of the proceeds would go to me.
That's perfect. You're hired.
Right? And I came up with this shit.
All right. This one is from McKinsey & Company, which I don't know what the hell they do. I think they might be like management consulting or some shit. For an associate position. If you were 80 years old, what would you tell your children?
Well, how old are my fucking children?
Right?
And what can I actually tell them at 80?
Your children are like 80, 50 or 60. So
if I was 80 and I just had a baby, I would probably tell my children, don't ever do what I just did.
Yeah, I would be like, don't ever have kids. Oh, wait, you're like 50 or 60. You probably already have.
Oh, and from what's going on in today's world, don't invest in cryptocurrency.
Yeah, I've been ignoring all of that.
Because it's tanking like a motherfucker.
I've been ignoring all that. I don't want to get involved.
Okay, so I have one.
Okay.
And this is from Airbnb, and it's for a content manager. The question was, how lucky are you and why?
Can you explain luck? Like, why am I so
You're
lucky?
Fucking looking at him.
That makes no sense. I'm looking at luck?
Across the table from you, baby.
Okay.
Oh, she doesn't agree.
Why,
okay.
why are you so lucky? Or are you lucky and why?
Yeah. How lucky are you and why?
I am 62% lucky because the universe said so.
Now, if that was me, because I know it's a bullshit question, I would say I am 110% lucky because I am applying and interviewing for this job.
Oh.
I know, right? But, I mean, I would also want to do that when they ask the question.
No, you know what the better answer would be? I don't believe in luck. I believe you have to make your own destiny and make your own goals and go for them, which is why I'm applying here.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Well, you're not my interviewer.
Well.
My interviewer would like that.
And you would have the job?
Maybe.
And then I would fire you.
Okay. Then I can collect unemployment. This is for an Urban Outfitters sales associate. You're a new addition to the crayon box. What color would you be and why?
I would be black.
What about the second part of the question?
Oh, and why?
Yeah.
Because I don't like any of the other colors.
Okay. I would say I would be black, like my soul.
That's right.
Just don't smile the whole time. Just be like Daria.
I would be black.
I would be black, like my soul. Do I have the job? Yeah. Do you want me to sell your overpriced clothing?
So this question is from Apple, and it's for specialist. If you were a pizza delivery man, how would you benefit from scissors?
I have nothing for that one. I'm trying to think outside the box.
So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump in here.
Okay.
I would take every pizza that I delivered and I would cut a little bit down each side of each slice and I would move it together and all of that pizza would shrink, but I'd have like half a pizza for myself. I'm not
sure that would get you the job.
I'm sorry, I don't want to be a fucking pizza delivery man.
So. Then why are you at the interview?
I don't know. But that's what I'd do with scissors if I was.
Okay. I was trying to think of a practical use that would sound really smart, but I got nothing. Okay. This one is for, I don't know how to say this. It's either a kame, never heard of it, but this is for a director. How does the internet work?
Well, I goes on my phone and I goes to Google. And when I bring up Google, it brings up the thing. And I type in stuff in that thing. and it gives me stuff that I want to look at from the internet.
Great, you're hired. Your turn.
Oh, you don't have an answer of how you would use it?
I don't know. See, this is why I hate interviews. How does the internet work? It works very well, thank you.
Perfect. You're hired. If you could sing one song on American Idol, what would it be? Red Frog Events is the company, and event coordinator is the position.
Okay, so event coordinator, you're basically like director of fun. Okay. So you want to make a great event. So what's a fun song? I would sing I Want to Fuck You Like an Animal from 9 Inch Nails.
It's a good thing my drink didn't make it in my mouth because it would have been spit all over the room. There you go. That's a good one.
What would your answer be?
I would sing I'll Be Home for Christmas.
Oh.
By Michael Bublé.
The Bublé version?
Yeah, the bubble version.
Okay, this is from Single Platform, Inside Sales Consultant. If there was a movie produced about your life, who would play you and why?
If there was a movie produced about my life, who would play me and why?
Mm-hmm.
Gerard Butler.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because everyone says I look like him.
I can see that.
That's all I got.
Okay. For me, I would say Claire Danes, because she has been my spirit animal since I was like 14 years old.
She's a fucking person.
I don't care. She's still my spirit animal.
Okay. Why? Because of
My So-Called Life.
Oh, My So-Called Life. Yeah. I was going to say, is it because of that fucking Romeo and Juliet?
No. She did My So-Called Life before that. Yeah. And that was just like the perfect teen angst TV show ever. And it only lasted 1 season, which was really sad. But it was like, I was the same age as her as that was happening. And so it was just, I wanted to be Angela Chase. So that's my answer.
All right. This one comes from Dell, and it's for account manager. And the question is, are you more of a hunter or a gatherer?
Well, I don't like hunting, so I am a gatherer.
I am both.
Okay.
Sweet.
I'm sure they would want more elaboration on that.
They don't ask why.
But they can fuck off.
Maybe they should have thought about that question before they asked it, because all they asked was, are you more of a this or this?
And I'm sure there's some metaphor for like, how do you fucking work? But they can see, fucking bullshit. Just ask me, how do you work? What's your working style? My working style is I do just enough to make you think I'm a good employee.
Here's the thing. Before I come in, I usually pound about 2 Coors Light. By the time I'm here, they hitting me. About an hour into it, they wearing off. So about 2 hours into it, I don't want to be here no more.
No more.
So, that's how I work.
So this is from the American Heart Association for a project manager. What's the color of money?
Not my bank account.
What? Green? I mean,
do I have to
beige and green?
Give a color?
I don't know. It's your interview. That is the stupidest question ever. Like, what are they trying to fucking accomplish there? What is the color of money? Money is a construct of imagination. I don't know.
Yeah, it's an off green.
Yeah, like
and
beige.
And also like a beigey. Sometimes it's like a darkish beige, depending on how old the bill is.
Yeah, like how much
it could be silver.
Has, like,
it
touched
could be copper.
Right?
Like, what do you think the color of money is?
I don't ever see money. I just see it go into my bank account.
Exactly.
And magically disappear when I put a card into a slot. So
yeah, that's right. I just pull out my bank card and go,
I don't know, bluish.
Yeah, it's like,
I guess,
blue with some red and some houses and shit on the card. I don't know. If you were on an island and could only bring 3 things, what would you bring? The company is Yahoo, and it's Search Quality Analyst.
I would bring my iPhone.
Oh, Jesus fucking... You're on an island.
I don't care.
So you just magically have service?
Yeah. It didn't...
I guess they didn't say that.
Yeah, they didn't say there's no service on this island. I bring my iPhone because then I'll have like all the entertainment I need. Music, movies, whatever. Some suntan lotion because I'm prone to burning. And one of my pets, which I guess I have to choose my favorite. I don't know.
I would bring an endless amount of matches.
Okay.
To have fire.
All right, Survivor.
I would also bring probably a bow and arrow.
Because you're a hunter.
I'd bring a gun.
Okay.
And I'd bring ammunition.
Okay.
Because no fresh water. No.
You can collect rainwater.
I would bring an entire desalinization plant.
Okay.
Because we can live without food for quite a while, but not water.
I'm going to bring a...
I would bring New York City.
Yeah. That question's stupid. I hate it.
Yeah, that's a stupid question.
Okay. This is from Gallup. As a data analyst, what was the last gift you gave someone?
I don't remember. Thank you. I'll see myself out.
Yeah.
What was the last gift?
I don't give gifts. I don't believe in giving
Was
gifts.
it Valentine's Day? What did I get you for Valentine's Day?
Flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flowers?
Yeah. I think that was it.
Hold on. Can I go ask my wife in the car?
I don't know these things. I mean,
hold
ask
on.
My wife. Yeah.
Hey, babe. Would I get you for Valentine's Day?
Did I get you anything for Valentine's Day? I don't think so.
I don't remember. I don't think so.
Oh, Mother's Day. I gave my mom flowers and Prosecco.
Oh, I got my mom a card for Mother's Day.
But you never sent it.
Yeah, I never sent it.
All right.
My turn?
Yep.
If you were a box of cereal, what would you be and why?
Ooh. Wait, I mean...
Oh, I'm sorry. This is from Bed Bath & Beyond, and it's for a sales associate.
I'm just going to say right now, fuck that place. I guess I could say this. It's been like 20 years, but I worked at Bed Bath & Beyond for 4 hours.
Oh, yeah? And you were done?
I was done.
Yeah.
Because, okay, anyone that's been in a Bed Bath & Beyond, it has probably 1 million fucking products. Yeah. 1 million products. And I go in on my first day, and I had like an hour-long orientation, which was like stupid safety videos, filling out the paperwork, that kind of shit. And then the manager or assistant manager, whoever it was, walked me down to the cash register and said, okay, so you're going to be on the cash register for the rest of your shift, which was like 3 hours. And she quickly, like maybe 5 minutes, was like, so if they have credit card, you do this, this, and this, and they have cash, you do this, this, and this. And then I guess if you have any questions, just page me. And she took off. And I was, I don't know, 18, something like that. And immediately had a line of fucking people. And I didn't know what I was doing. Every fucking customer, I had to call the manager back. People were coming up and asking me questions where they could find things. And I was given no training on any of this. And
wow.
I suffered through for 3 hours. The end of my shift, I left and I just never fucking went back.
Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't either. That's bad management. So
stressful. So stressful. Yeah. But anyway, what was the stupid question?
If you were a box of cereal, what would you be and why? I
would be fuck your face cereal because you fucking suck, Bed Bath & Beyond.
That's right.
But I will buy your shit now because I like shopping there. I don't know. I would be Cinnamon Life.
Yeah. Cinnamon Life?
Just because I like it.
I would be Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Why?
And why? Because the shit is good.
There you go. Okay. This is from Applebee's for a bartender / neighborhood expert server. What is the funniest thing that has happened to you recently?
Okay. Well...
This job interview.
What is the funniest thing that has happened to me recently?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing? Oh, yeah, nothing.
Great.
Nothing? What? How can something funny happen to you? Oh, what, when you fall down a flight of steps? That's not funny. See someone fall down a flight of steps? That's kind of funny. But it didn't happen to me. Like what? How can something funny happen to you?
I don't know. I think you're getting real deep into this question.
I came out of the bathroom and my dick was hanging out of my zipper.
Did that really happen?
No. But you got to be quick on the draw.
So to speak.
Okay, I'm sorry, but that's one of the dumbest questions that could be asked in an interview.
Yeah, it's pretty stupid.
I mean, that's what I think.
All of these are pretty stupid.
So I have a good question, and we'll end it with this question.
Okay.
This one's pretty good. This comes from Norwegian Cruise Lines, and it's Casino Marketing Coordinator. And the question is, do you believe in Bigfoot?
Yes, I've seen him.
Me too. On all those TV shows.
All those documentaries.
Yeah.
Bigfoot is my nephew. It would be fun.
His name is Harry.
You know, it would actually be really fun to go to job interviews that you don't like want the job or need the job for, and just be a fucking weirdo.
And just riff. Just riff on their stupid fucking questions. Yeah. Like, well, yeah, I mean, do I believe in Bigfoot? Well, it's funny you asked that, because I actually went hiking in the Ozarks. And when I was there, we were in our tent and we heard this weird noise.
No, wait, that's Chewy.
Yeah, that's Chewy.
Do you believe in Chewbacca?
Do you believe in Chewbacca? No, and we came out of our tent, and there was something at the picnic table that was around our camping area. And we were like, oh my God, it's Bigfoot. And we flipped the light on, and it was a bear.
Ooh. Don't leave food out when you're camping.
And then it ate us.
The end. I am a ghost.
The end. Yes.
Remember our camping trip?
Yes, I do.
Our first real camping trip.
It was like 3 raccoons.
Well, I woke you up at 2 a.m. because I heard a noise, and I was like, there's something in our campsite.
Is it a bear?
Because we had gotten shit-faced.
Oh, yeah.
The night before, and then all passed out and left all the fucking food out.
All of the food. We left the dog food outside. We left the people
chicken
we went camping with
and
brought like chicken wings they got from Whole Foods and chicken salad and tortilla chips and the vodka on the table.
Well, the raccoons didn't care about the vodka.
No, they didn't.
They wanted the dog food and the chicken wings.
But I went out of the tent, and there was a fucking raccoon with his grabbing the dog food bag.
It was like a 14-pound bag.
Yeah, and it was in his food. So he had it with both his front feet and in his mouth, and he was dragging it. And I was basically like on my hands and knees, reaching for the bag, struggling with this fucking raccoon, and he was trying to pull it under my car.
Yeah.
And the other raccoon already had, like, the chicken wings were gone.
Yeah.
They were gone. But the chicken salad, he had the tub of chicken salad under the fucking car.
Yeah.
And I was like fighting fucking raccoons.
Yeah. That was hilarious.
And so,
we learned our lesson.
Yeah, we learned our lesson. But the best part is got all the food, got it back from the fucking bandit thieves who were so fucking cute.
Trash pandas. They're so cute. Like, I wasn't mad at them.
got it back from them, wrapped everything up, put it in the tent, got everything put away, and then fell back asleep. And I woke up to a fucking hand smacking my chest.
Whose hand was that?
It was yours. And she was like, did you hear that? Is that a bear? And I was just like, oh my fucking God, you just scared the shit out of me.
Well, there are bears there.
The best part was the next night during our camping trip. We're sitting out. It's dark. We got the fire going. Things are winding down. And we look under the camper. The people we went camping with had a camper. We look under the camper, and there's like 3 sets of eyes.
They were our best friends all weekend.
They were under the camper like, what are you dumbasses going to leave for us tonight?
Novice campers. It was
fucking great.
That was fun. So I asked on Twitter if anyone had any weird, funny job interview experiences, and we got some replies. Also on Facebook. So I'm going to read those now. At the Big Nick J said, it wasn't the interview or the job as much as I just showed up to an interview and had attended a rave the night before. Didn't sleep, cracked out on E. It must have been a sight for sure.
There you go.
And then at She Will Rock You Pod, I did a group interview for Cold Stone Creamery when I was 16. We had to sing ice cream songs in front of the other applicants.
Holy shit. What are ice cream songs?
Well, you've been to a Cold Stone, right?
I've been to one.
So they have the tip jar. And I think when you put money in the tip jar, they sing like silly songs.
Oh, okay.
So I'm guessing it's something like that.
Sounds great.
Ice cream songs. How embarrassing, though. Like,
yeah.
With all the other applicants, like, fuck you.
Well, that's probably one of the things they'll do to see if you're engaging enough to sing those songs when someone puts one in the tip jar.
Yeah.
Puts a tip in the tip jar.
Just the tip. Marley is Dead Pod replied, I got a call once because someone I knew was selling Cutco knives and suggested my name as a possible salesperson. I've never noped out of a phone call harder in my life. Yeah, no thank you.
Nope.
That's kind of like, isn't Cutco kind of like a multi-level marketing type thing?
I think so.
I think so too. And then at Richard Pritchard said, I was ill and lost my voice and had an interview. I went anyway and tried my best to squeeze my words out. Then, afterwards, the interviewers rang me and said, to be honest, we couldn't understand a word you said, but we smiled and went along with it out of politeness.
Nice.
That probably wasn't in America.
Probably not. But it's always nice when you hear about someone who stumps the interviewers.
Right. They're just smiling and nodding.
Yeah.
Great. That could be a good interview tactic. Just marble your words up. At NeatCastPod said, man, I went to a sales interview in South Florida. There was hype music, a pump-up crew, and they had 1 million people there. Then they took us one by one on sales calls with no direction and wouldn't disclose the location. I bailed halfway because of strong robbery vibes. Yeah, that's not creepy at all. And then the last one we got a reply on Facebook, and this person said, I was interviewing for an EA job at a VC firm. EA, executive assistant, VC, venture capitalist. And I had to sit at a table and eat.
Thank you, by the way.
Okay.
I had no fucking
idea. So EA.
EA. I thought EA like the game manufacturer. And VC, I was like, I don't know, vice captain? Is that like a rank? I don't know.
Yeah. EA, executive assistant, VC, venture capital. So I'll start over. I was interviewing for an EA job at a VC firm, and I had to sit at a table and eat with the other EAs as part of my interview process. That's weird.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that kind of goes along with like, hey, well, you just kind of fit in with our vibe here, but still, like, I don't want to. I'm already nervous. Like, I don't want to try to eat on an interview.
Well, they probably want. Yeah, exactly. They probably want to see like, can you like spark up a conversation with these guys? Like, are you going to get along with them? But also, like, that's really.
I feel like that kind of shit. Like, have the interview. Okay, you have the interview, and then come in and meet everyone, and just like a second round of interviews where you just kind of see how your personalities mesh. Don't throw you in there like that's your interview.
Hey, how you doing? My name's Jay. Oh, I'm Rob. I'll be doing your interview today. For your interview, you're going to eat lunch with those guys.
Bye.
Later.
Another time, I had to walk the executive's dog around Menlo Park while we interviewed. Thank God I had flats on. That guy's probably just like getting executive assistant tasks every day by interviewing
people. Yeah.
Oh, I want to see how well you pick up my dry cleaning.
This is going to be a 3 or 4 hour interview, just to let you know.
So I want to see how well you pick up my kids from school, get my dry cleaning, pick up my dinner from this takeout place. I have to say, so that show Silicon Valley, if anyone has seen it, kind of focuses around like the venture capital world and what's the word I'm looking for?
The tech companies?
Just like the new startup companies and stuff. Yeah. I worked in that world for 3 years. They are that weird. So when I watch that show, like it's very exaggerated in that show.
Yeah.
But
it also
the
hits
gist
certain notes.
Is right on. So it's pretty funny. So that's it from our audience participation for job interviews. If you guys have had a crazy job interview or just a weird job interview, send your stories to fmwlpod.com.
Yep.
Yeah, we want to hear those.
fmwlpod@gmail.com.
Oh, fuck. That's right.
Yeah. fmwlpod.com is our website.
Yeah, that's our website.
I think there's a link there that you can send it in too.
I don't know if there is on our website or not. There should be. There is on our Instagram.
Oh, yeah, on the Instagram there is.
I actually want to do a couple podcast shout outs today. I feel like we should do this every week.
We should.
Because
we should.
Pods supporting pods.
Exactly.
Pod.
Like the little indie pods.
Yeah.
We got to support each other. It's how we will get recognized, how we will grow.
And help other people grow and get recognized. Because there's so many good podcasts out there.
Yeah.
So I have a few that I want to mention today. The first one is the Core Extra podcast.
Yes.
And
love those guys.
Their description is two boomers kind of telling stories from their lives. They're like their travels or paranormal experiences. Mm-hmm. And they're just like these two chill guys that talk. And they gave us like a really cool shout out.
They did.
On their podcast this week. And so we want to return the favor. Go listen to them. Go follow them on Twitter. Again, it's Core Extra, XTRA.
Yep.
They're a really entertaining podcast. The second one is called What's Your Thoughts? So they're like three friends discussing a different topic each week, and it's kind of funny, silly banter, and that's very entertaining. Their Twitter handle is @DinoDisastrous. So go follow them, check them out. And then the last one, as we have discussed in previous episodes, my undying love for Law & Order SVU.
Oh, yeah.
So my last one is the podcast I've been listening to for a few months. It's another SVU-centered podcast called Munch My Benson, which I think is the best name for a podcast ever.
Definitely.
And it's two guys who, they have a randomizer, so they have a random SVU episode each week, and they break it down to like the molecular level. These two guys are so smart.
Oh, yeah. They're the ones who like take every episode and like watch it and then try to correlate it to the actual stories that it... No, that's not it. Okay,
they don't.
That's what I said.
No, they don't really get it. They don't get into the true crime. Like sometimes if it's ripped from the headlines, they'll talk a little bit about kind of the backstory of what it was ripped from, but they go into detail about the guest stars for the episode and kind of the underlying themes of the episode. And a lot of the times they just talk about what shitty police work everyone does on Law & Order, which is so true.
Which is so true, because it's like everyone they run into, they're like, you fucking did it. Just say you did it, you son of a bitch.
I mean, they're lying. They're just really bad police officers. Yeah, but that's... Bad detectives.
A lot of police work is that. Like,
well, yeah.
They're allowed to lie to you to get you to admit something that maybe you didn't do.
Yeah.
Anyway, we won't go off on that.
Yeah, but these two guys are super smart. Half the time I don't know what they're saying because they're so smart. But it's a super entertaining podcast. Again, that's Munch My Benson. So check out those three podcasts. Core Extra, What's Your Thoughts, and Munch My Benson. Those are our shout outs for this week.
Yep.
And tell your friends about us, please.
Yes, please.
Send in your stories again, fmwlpod@gmail.com. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter @fmwlpod. Subscribe and follow wherever you listen to your podcasts. We're on pretty much all the podcast platforms.
Anywhere you can get your podcasts, we get them. Yeah. Rate and review. Mm-hmm. And if you can, leave a comment.
Yeah, definitely leave that review. It
definitely helps if you leave a review.
Yeah. Remember to hashtag We Drink Because We Work.
Yeah, send me some drink ideas. I could switch things up.
You need to stray from Coors a little bit. I mean, you always come back to Coors, but...
Yeah,
try something a little different for recording nights.
I don't want the Coors to hear you say that I would stray from them.
Oh, yeah.
Anywho, drink.
Oh, yeah, that's our first anywho. Drink. All right, everyone. Thank you for listening.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Good luck on your job interviews.
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully you don't hear any of these questions.
Oh, God. And now you'll be prepared if you do.
Do you believe in Bigfoot?
What is the funniest thing that's ever happened to you? Shut up. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Sparkle.
Sparker.